I think it makes a lot more sense to just talk about what I'm doing as I do it, even if there's like periods of silence. And let's be some context. Alright, so the what's it called? So here's basically what the client wanted. Obviously, she also sent me like a written description. But she also sent me like this sort of sketch because the thing she wanted was a bit complicated. Basically, wow, this is kind of annoying. Let me just turn off the music. Right. So basically, she wanted Right. So she wanted like these four major elements in this. Is it four or is it five? Okay, five major elements in this illustration that she wants. So basically, she wants really massive hands. This is like the illustration size. So these two are hands which are kind of cupped in like this kind of way. And also, she wanted a man, a middle-aged, a man in his 50s wearing a blue suit, uh, kind of halfway inside the hands. Basically, I think that's the best way I can explain that. You'll see how it will look when I actually work on it. And then the next thing will be this man will also have his hands cupped, but in his hands, he'll be those cupped hands. He'll be holding the world, and on top of the world, there'll be a tiny little Adam and Eve with their foreheads touching. So basically, these massive hands over here on this side will be holding everything. We'll be holding the man as well as the man who's holding the world, and on the world is Adam and Eve. I, yeah, that's the best way I can explain that. Hopefully, it makes sense. All right, what's next? So what I've been doing is I've been gathering references. That's what I always do first when I'm searching any new projects. I immediately go and gather references depending on what elements are going to be inside the illustration. So obviously they're going to be cupped hands for the massive cupped hands. We're going to have a world. The reason why I went to like Lil Dicky's music video, We Love the Earth, is I remembered like when I watched it, I really thought like the art and animation were fantastic, and there were some really beautiful shots of the earth. And I wanted to make something like that for the world. Like I wanted it to look somewhat like that. So where's that shot? Where's that shot? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So like basically, let's go back. Yeah, so like they're really really beautiful shots of like the earth and like of the universe itself. So the space itself around the earth. So I wanted to make something reminiscent of that, and I also like the way this kind of looks. This is like the cover image for the album, I think. Yeah, this one is the cover image of the album, but this one's a lot more convenient because like the text is in there, and I can use this and try to make the world that she wants the old guy to be holding to look more or less like that. So that's why I've been gathering that, and I've also been gathering other references and also photos that I know I'm gonna photo bash later on when I go into Photoshop. So like clouds, the same way that there are clouds in this image. I thought like maybe I could maybe add some clouds. I don't know how it will look, if it will be good or bad, but I'll find out when I actually go in to do it. And I've also like got some other references of like the art itself over here. And over here we have a guy in a suit. I kind of like the simple pose. I probably the guy that I'm gonna make the old man in the actual illustration will probably be looking straight at the camera. I guess like straight at us instead of like looking down. That is what I have in mind. And this thing, I just thought it looked cool, and I thought maybe I could do something interesting with it when I go to make the world in Photoshop. So it's just sitting there for now, and I'll get back to it when I get into Photoshop. All right. I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna do next? What's next? What's next? What do I need next? Let's see. We got some cupped hands. We got some pose reference of a guy in a suit. Oh yeah. Okay, now I remember. I was also gathering images of what the old man could look like. So she wants the old man to be. Why am I calling him old? Mid 50s. The guy in his mid 50s. He wants him to have like white hair, which is long but slicked back, and yeah, he's looking straight ahead. Basically, that's what she said. And in his hands, his cupped hands is holding the world. So I was looking for references for the guy's face. Obviously, I'm gonna like adjust it into Photoshop. I don't think I'm gonna like paint it because I wanna like make like this to get more towards into photo bashing and how to like properly do it, and work it into like a presentable illustration basically. So that's what I want to focus on. So I won't do too much. Obviously, I'm gonna paint over some things, but right now to begin with, I'm not gonna paint too much so that it's easier to follow. Um, ooh, that's cool. I like this one. Okay, I think I have enough to just get started. I don't know if you should have a beard, but I think it should be fine. I'll ask the client later on whether or not the guy should have a beard. But if he's in his 50s, I mean, he's gonna have like a white beard. So I'll just. Oh yeah, another thing I should mention. This thing, this is a software, a program called PureRef. This bad boy over here, and it's really really fucking useful. It's easy to like drag and drop your reference images straight from like Pinterest. Just pop it in, and you can like arrange it however you want, and you can have it if you have like two monitors. You can have it like on a separate monitor so that you can always like refer to it while you're painting, like refer to your references while you're painting. So like it's extremely useful. You can download it here. Just type in just type in PureRef download. You go to the site, and bada bing, bada boom. If you got Windows, you download that. If you got Mac, just choose each platform, you download it, hit download, and it just starts automatically. It's really easy to follow, really intuitive. You left click to you no, not left click. You right click and hold to move it around. Then you left click an image to like move it around or adjust its size. And there's also, if you like right click once, you can find all these various options inside here. Alright, that's it about PureRef. Alright, so I was moving the old man images. I really like this one. Okay. And maybe this one as well. So at this point, I have just about enough to get started. I'm not gonna do like the entire full illustration for now. I'm gonna get to the point where I have the illustrations in black and white. So get it to a point where I can present something to the client. Give them an update to see where the illustration is going, and get the feedback. And if they're good with it, I can move on into color. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my references. If I add more, if I feel like I need more, I'll just go back and look for more. I don't think I moved everything yet. Let me see what is missing. What is this? Alright, some cloud images. I'll come and find those later. I don't need them right now. So I downloaded clouds and some universe images, I think. Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I don't know that. And this. That is very cool. I want that. Okay. Alright, I guess I can mention this right now. So another site that I'm gonna be using later is called textures.com. I really don't know if I should get into this right now, but it's probably fine. So over here you can find like various textures that you can photo bash inside your illustrations. They're really really useful. I don't always use them, but I use them in you know I just use them intuitively. Like if I feel like some cool texture could fit here, just come in and look for something. Then add it into Photoshop and fix it in there. Maybe adjust like the hue or the color to make it look more interesting. Maybe adjust the saturation as well. For example, like all this smoke stuff. Hang on. Why is it? Let me see. This one. So basically, all this smoke, all these textures behind this character, I basically just photo bashed using my brushes as well as some of these smoke textures that you have in textures.com. Okay, it's really really useful. I think I used this one, right? No, I didn't. I used one of them. I don't know. I used a bunch of them. Don't remember which ones though. But yeah, you get the gist of it. But we're not dealing with that right now. That is much much later when we're working in color and looking to make the image more interesting. All right, I think we are good to go. We're good with references. I'm gonna put this in my separate monitor. And then I think I'll put back my music. Or right now we're going to DAZ Studio. So over here I'm gonna put in like a few characters. I'm not sure how I'm gonna put like the cupped hands. I might just use the images itself, but I don't want to get copyright issues. So I'm gonna see if I can work some giant hands in DAZ Studio. We'll see how it goes. But first things first, I wanna work on the old man who's gonna be holding the earth. All right. So I have my references off to my secondary monitor, and I think right now I'm gonna turn my brain off and just, you know, go with the flow. Alrighty then. So well, now what I'm trying to do is I already have a rough idea of what I want the image to be in my mind. So what I'm trying to do is to get it as close as possible to what I have in mind. So I know the guy is gonna be in a suit, and lucky enough, I happen to have smartwear for this character specifically for the Genesis 8 male. So I've put that on them, but I do not have a suit jacket that I can wait. Scratch that. I think I actually do. I remember buying one. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I do actually. I'm not sure if it's for Genesis 8 though, but I hope it fits. Alright, you know what? I can definitely walk. I can walk with this. It's fine. Yeah, I can walk with this. So I'm trying to get like the character to look as close as possible to what I have in mind. I know the guy is gonna be, 50 years old, so he's gonna look rather old. That's why I've adjusted I've gone to shaping and adjusted the character's facial features. Let me just zoom into the face. So over here, if you go into shaping, you can adjust the character's features just a little bit using this. So like it looks, his cheeks will be a little more hollow, a little less youthful. You also have a bunch of other adjustments, but these ones are for making like the character younger, which is like the opposite of what we want. But if you wanted to make him into a kid or something, to be easier, I can just go into youth morph and shrink him down. But obviously that's not what we're doing today, so bring him right back to the height. Then what else do I need to do on him? Let me think. Alright, so he's gonna need a beard and some hair. I just need to get some kind of hair that looks like it's slicked back. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to match what I have in mind, as long as it's close enough. Let's see here. I don't have a lot of hair for the Genesis 8, but I'll work with what I got. Can this fit on him? Yes, it can. Okay, just grab that, make it white. Go into surfaces, materials. I don't know if I have a white here. I mean, that's close enough, I think. Yeah, that's close enough. As for the face, the only kind of beard I have is like this Tyrone beard that I bought along with the character Tyrone. So we'll just make do with that. As for the jacket, let me see if I can adjust its color. I'm hoping for navy blue. There we go. There we go. There we go. I think I can basically walk with this. I kind of want to go in and turn off some of the sleeves and just go. I guess I will do that actually. Make things a little bit easier for myself. Scene. Let me select the shirt. Go in here. Let me just close on. Let's go in here. All these are buttons. Those are not what I want. Just go into pelvis. Don't know if I can find it here. I'll just turn them off and on until I find what I'm looking for. Okay, abdomen upper, that's what I wanted. Turn off Elvis. Okay, this is looking good. This is exactly what I wanted. So I can turn that off. Let me leave that one on because that's like what is that? The wrist part of the cloth? I don't know what it's called. So I'm gonna turn this off. That. Alright, I'll have to leave that one on because I want the chest area to still show. Or rather the chest part of the shirt to still show. What I'm doing right now is trying to get rid of the sleeves which are poking out through the jacket. It's a bit annoying. Okay, no. Bring that one back. Okay, there we go. Alright, I guess that's as far as I can get it. Better than nothing. So let me open up the right side now. That was the left side I was doing. As you can see, all this is just the left from the left shoulder twist, or everything is parented into it. So I guess I'm done with that one. Now let me go into the right part of the shirt. Just turn off that. Oh, I can turn it off. What's it called? Forearm bend. Okay, I'll look for the left side as well. What was it called? Left forearm bend. This one. Okay, that's perfect. That works. Let me see if I can turn off like this area as well. This part of the shirt that's sticking out. Alright, the reason why it's sticking out is because I bought how do I explain this? So like I bought the jacket. The jacket is usually goes with like a completely different outfit. And the outfit that came with the shirt, it just came with the shirt and the pants and also the tie. So like they kind of like don't mesh well together when you put them in together. So I guess that's the best way I can explain it. If that makes sense. Okay, let me see if I can find this area. So pelvis. Let me see. Is that doing anything for me? It's hard to tell. Alright, that does nothing. It didn't really make a difference, so I'm not even gonna bother turning it back on. Okay. Where is it though? Alright, abdomen lower, it has to be here. Let me switch my mouse sensitivity a bit. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. There we go. I mean, I'll just leave that. I'll paint over it later. It's fine. So, looking at this guy over here, wow. I really like these facial expressions, like not facial expressions, but rather facial features. Especially this one, he kind of has like kind eyes, but I like these ones. Like, I don't know, he just looks cool. how else am I gonna explain that? Problem is, this one is a bit low res. The resolution is a bit low. This one is a bit higher. I don't know. Maybe I can work with this. Even if the resolution is low, I can just paint in the extra details that are missing. Maybe I can paint in them later on. Yeah, I think I'll go with this actually. So I'm not too sure what kind of body type this guy should have. It could look like I've seen some really fit, 50-year-old men. So I think I'll go something like this. Just adjust that a bit. Yeah, there we go. Something like that. Alright then, now that that's done, I think I'll go ahead and move on to the pose. It is interesting because usually I start with the pose and then go into clothes. I'd like adding the clothes. So like usually I just pose the character while they're still completely in the nude. Makes it a lot easier to see what I'm doing and if anything feels off. But it's whatever. Posing, maybe standing. Alright, so the thing about wow, this is gonna be weird to explain. So not all the poses go with all the different characters. So what I mean is the different figures over here. We got like the Genesis 8 basic male, which is what I'm using. There's also Genesis 8 female, Genesis 8.1 male, Genesis 8.1 female. There's a standard Genesis. This one is a Genesis 2, but it goes by Lumberjack. Is a character that comes, I think it came with the program itself. And also over here we have Genesis 3. Let me just bring in a Genesis 3 male. You can see like the difference between them. Alright, so this is a Genesis 3 male, and this is a Genesis 8 male. Even you can already see like the textures, the skin textures are completely different. So some poses, some of these poses, what I'm trying to get at, some of these poses will work with Genesis 8, but will not work with the Genesis 3, and vice versa. So like some poses work really like are easily work well with like the Genesis 3, but they won't work with like the Genesis 8 male or female, depending on what figure you have on there. So as you can see, the pose, I just clicked the pose while this guy was selected, and the pose looks fine actually. It's basically the same as the pose you selected. Well, let's see if I go here and click on the same pose. It doesn't feel as natural, I guess. But I guess, it's not too bad actually. Alright, let me see if I can find like a more convincing pose. Let me see. Let me try this pose. Yeah, see what I mean? So I've clicked on a different pose that I've given to the Genesis 3 male. And as you can see, the pose, I don't know how clear this image is on the screen, but okay, there. The pose over here, the one that's on screen, yeah, the hand is supposed to be like on the head. But look at this shit. Look at what's happening here. The hand has gone through the head, and I don't know what the other one is doing. But if I put the same pose on the Genesis 3 male, see, it's just fine. It's completely fine. So that's what I mean. Like some poses will work with some characters, and won't work with other characters. That's basically it. I do not know why they designed it that way. It's really weird and annoying. I really don't understand why, but it is what it is. So the more you like practice with Dev Studio, the more you get to understand it, and practice makes perfect. The best way to learn is like to do practical work and do it yourself. All right. So that is, yeah, that's why what I wanted to show you, with this basic, Genesis 3 male. Like some poses work with some characters, some other poses like don't work with them at all. Let me see, does this work with this? Yes, it works with that, so but if I put the same pose on the Genesis 8, yeah, see what happens? Yeah, he does this weird shit. Where is his hand? His hand is in his crotch. Alright, so you get the point. So let me get rid of this guy. Delete. Bring this guy back where he was. Alright, so the kind of pose I'm looking for is basically this. Cupped hands and looking straight ahead, not down. So that's what I have in mind. I'm gonna look for, it's not too difficult since she wants a half body image. So let me go ahead and see if I can find a standing pose that fits what the client is after. Or rather, a standing pose that is close enough to this reference right here, this guy. Damn. I have a lot of female poses. Does this work? Nah, not really. Will this work? Kinda, but not exactly what I want. I just want a simple pose of him looking straight on. I could do it by hand, but I might actually just do it manually instead of depending on the poses, rather the poses that I've downloaded. Alright, I can work with this. Yeah, I can work with this. Okay, that's close enough. But that's just standing. Let me see, combat. Nah, crouching, dancing. I have dancing poses. Okay. It's just grasp, jumping, kneeling, laying, leaning. Oh, that's not. This isn't too bad actually. Okay, I can work with this. I can work with this. Okay, so from here I'm just gonna be adjusting this guy's pose. Uh, I think I will split my viewport so that I can see him from two different like directions, or rather two different angles. So to do that, just go to Windows, go to Viewports, then side by side, and there. And over here, I want this to be, I guess, left view. Yeah, left view is all I wanted. And then over here, I'm just gonna leave it in perspective view where I can move freely. So let's. I think I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna get put my music back on and just adjust the pose until it looks like what I'm looking for. Yep. Alright, so what I'm trying to do here is to make the character's like body posture feel as natural as possible. Obviously that's gonna it's kind of like delicate walk, kind of just a little bit. So it's gonna take time. I've been down to like most of the major movements. I have the arms where I want them to be. He's looking straight ahead like I want him to be. It's not perfect, but it is usable, and I can definitely work with it. So now that I have him like this, I'll come back and work on the hands later. I wanna see if I can like add in like really really big hands that you can be like you know uh, that can be on, I guess, for like a better word to use. How will this work though? Yeah, let's just see how if we can make this work. I'll add in a new figure. Or oh my god, okay. Let me see. Okay, I have an idea. I know what to do. I know what to do. So here's what I'm thinking of doing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this character. I'm gonna like continue working on his hands, make them like cupped in like a natural manner. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate the figure itself. So no, that's what I want. Duplicate nodes. There we go. I'm gonna duplicate the figure. Now we've got a second Genesis 8 male in the same pose, exactly in the same pose as this guy in the suit. And then what I'm gonna do with this guy is, let's see where's missing. Okay, here we go. Let me find the second Genesis. Okay, here he is. I'm gonna select him and just make him massive. My computer can handle all this, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's see. That's a locker position to be in. No, that was funny. Alright, so I'm gonna try and position this guy here. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay. Alright, okay. Let me see how well this would work before I actually commit to it. Okay, it's not too bad actually. Then what I can do is I can select everything except like the hands and the forearms and just just turn them off, just make them disappear. Just like that. And then I just turn everything off basically until all that I'm left are just the hands and the forearms. And now that I've actually seen that it could work out, let me go ahead and do just that. I'm going to continue working on this pose, position the hands properly in a cupped pose. And once I'm satisfied with that, I'll go ahead and duplicate and do exactly what I've done. So yeah, that's what I'll do. For now, I'll go ahead and delete this guy. Okay. Alright, this is going really smoothly. Alright, back to the music. Okay, then that looks pretty good. If I do say so myself. So right, I really want to try. I want to like do the thing that I was gonna do. That makes no sense at all. So what I want to do next is first things first. I wanna add a camera so that I know what angle I'm gonna render the image in. So let me go ahead and do that. I leave this in perspective view. So to add camera, you just come over here to this camera like sign over here. Just click it. I want it to match my front view for now actually, if possible. Can I do that? Yeah, let me see. Just do front view on that side. Yeah, there we go. I want it to match the front view. So copy active view, front view. That's pretty much how you make sure that the camera will have this exact same like how this the same way it's, the fuck, my brain is dying. Alright, so that's basically how you make sure the camera that you're putting in will capture the image in this kind of way, basically. So, there we go. We have our camera now. I'm going to go back into perspective view and I'm going to turn this into camera. And you can see it's pretty much the same way as the front view. So I want to adjust the camera. I can do that over here. So zoom out a bit. Then I want like an angle. Oh, don't tell me it's stuck in the front view. Well, that's annoying. Alright, let me try one more time. I'm gonna add in a new camera. Copy active view camera. Let's see if I can move this one freely. I still can't. Alright, it's fine. Alright, it's fine. I will do this front view, then go to perspective, Okay, I'm just gonna adjust using the perspective view just to make sure that I can actually move around freely when I have the camera in. These cameras are locked in place, I suppose, because they're copying the front view and they're stuck that way, so I can't move around in the 3D space. I can only do this, which is not what I want. So I think I'll go ahead and delete these cameras because they're not useful to me. Okay, so perspective view, I guess that looks pretty good. So I'll copy perspective view instead of front view. Then, yeah, I can move around freely. And let me switch to the camera. What the heck is going on? I have no idea what's going on. What about to my camera? Control, go. Okay, there we go. Switch to. Damn, I gotta stop doing that. I keep hitting undo and getting rid of my camera on accident. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Now I can move around freely with my camera and my perspective view. I can move around freely here as well. So I want it to look something like this. I want to have like ample room for like the giant arms to come in, or the giant hands and forearms. So it would be a little bit like a top-down view. I guess while I'm at it, I should also he's gonna be holding like the wall in his hands. But before I adjust this pose again, whether the poses of the hands, I wanna add in like the giant hands. So let me do that right now. Let's go click rather select the Genesis 8mm. Then go into edit, duplicate nodes. There we go. Next up, let's select the second guy. Don't move like the camera. Don't adjust like the camera angle. Once you have it in place, try not to touch it too much, otherwise you'll mess it up. Even if you do, it's not really that big a deal. You can just put it back to the way it was. I'm gonna make this guy really big. like a Titan. Attack on Titan. Okay, adjust this guy like so. Okay, leave high. I'm doing my best to resist making a sex joke. Alright, this works. Kind of, I don't want him to cover this small guy's hands. Okay. Alright, I can definitely work with this. I can work with this. So, something like this. Alright, then I'll go ahead and start turning off the layers where, well, rather turning off everything except like the hands and the forearms. Alrighty then, that works. There's a lot of things to turn off. I really wish they made it easier to do this. I mean, I guess that's good enough. I don't need to turn everything off. Then do this guy. Just turn everything off. Everything that is not the hands or the forearms. Just turn all that off. Okay, that's good. Next up, I need... Where do I go from here? Yeah, here we go. Chest upper, okay. Left collar. Okay. Just expand all that. Alright, these are where the forearms are. I don't want to touch those. Let me see what this does. Okay, good. Then, yeah, that's basically it. Where is the head? Okay, here we go. Neck upper. It's gotta be in here. I don't think I'm gonna turn everything off, actually. Okay, that looks like neck nephew. Whoa, okay. That's interesting. Just turn all that off as well. Where is his tongue? Where is this guy? I mean, good enough. Don't necessarily have to turn everything off. Alright, this is where like our main focus is. I don't really need to deal with everything that's up there. So, okay. So he's gonna be holding the world. And on the wall, we're going to have Adam and Eve. I need to make sure that will be at least somewhat visible. The two tiny Adam and Eves, I need them to be visible as well. So just to see if that will actually work, I'm going to add in a sphere in place of the world. Alright, to do that, I just came over here to this over here. This is where all the shapes are. It's just primitive shapes. You can't get too complex order, You can't get too complex with them, unfortunately, or mold them freely. You can use other 3D softwares like ZBrush or even Blender to do that. So yeah, I just need a sphere, a normal sphere. I'm gonna make it nice and small, something like that. Then just gotta place it in his hands somehow. Let me go into front view, make sure I position this properly. Need to center it nice and proper. Okay, it's a bit too big. Make it a little smaller. To make it smaller, you can either just click it and click on this little cube in the well, not in the center, but this little white cube. Then move it the right to the left with the mouse. Then to either get bigger or smaller. Another way to do it, you can just go into shaping, or is it parameters? Yeah, it's parameters. Then you can just find the scale slider, and move it at the left or right to make it bigger or smaller. Alright, the Adam and Eve over here will be way too tiny. I don't want that. I think I might adjust the cups, the hands, just a bit. Or should I zoom in? I don't know what would look better. Okay, let me try zooming in a bit. Okay, it's not too bad. I want to put it in there so it looks a bit more natural. Okay. I want to try and avoid like clipping the sphere through the guy's fingers. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not properly centered, and the guy himself is like his pose is not like well balanced. It's not like straight, but I think that's fine. I think that's probably fine. Okay. Let's move this a bit. Let me change the sphere's color. Right now it's just pure white. Let me see if I can adjust it. I'll go into surfaces. Oopsie. Surfaces, then editor, sphere, then base color, and I can just adjust the color from here. Make it something closer to what Earth kind of looks like. So I'm thinking a blue, a blue with a little dark to it. Something like that should work. Alright, that's not too bad. I can work with this. Then let me adjust the hands. Just bring them up a bit. Things are too far away. I'll go into parameters and just adjust it's the Y scale? Yeah, it's the Y. So Y translate, just move it up a bit. Somewhere around there, I guess, should be fine. It's not too bad. Okay. Alright, that works. Let me adjust this guy's pose. Alright, the Adam and Eve, the little Adam and Eve, they're gonna be really, really tiny. I'll see if my client will be okay with them being that small. Because there's actually a lot of elements of varying sizes on the in the illustration already. Let me take a look at what she wanted again. Figure looks straight ahead. Okay, walls. In his cupped hands. I'm gonna get the cupped hands holding everything. Hands are cupped in the hand. Okay. Alright, I think she will be fine with it. I'm thinking maybe I can just make the Adam and Eve on DAOs as well, in the studio as well, so that I don't have to bother going in to paint them. Then again, posing two characters is gonna be a bit of a pain in the butt. So let me see if I can find any decent reference for it. So I'll say something like something like that. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm middle clicking the images so that they automatically they open up in a new tab, like that. It's a force of habit. That's how I usually do it. So, what else is there actually? Yeah, so instead of clicking, like right clicking and then clicking open link in new tab. You can just middle click and it opens in the new tab. Yeah. So okay, I kind of like this one. What else have we got? I mean, let me see if I can work with what I have so far. That's not too bad, but I'd like to see at least the girls, where the girls' hands are. So let's have an idea. Oh, I actually like this one. I think I might do something like this. It doesn't even have to be too detailed. I can just roughly put them in the same pose. Damn, this is perfect actually. I think I might go with either this or something like this even. I think this. I think this one will be a lot easier to read if the characters will be that small. They're gonna be really small, so I think this one is the one I will go for. I really like this one though, but let me do with this. It should be much easier to read in the illustration. I guess I don't need these ones anymore. I already have what I need. Yeah, I think I'll do this one. So copy, then I'll put it into PureRef as a reference, just like that. Oh, I should probably save this. Actually, I don't want to lose it. Oh god, what they call it? What they call that one? Yeah, something simple. Save faster. Wow, it's almost 6. Am I still recording? Okay, good. Alright, it's saved. So before I do the Adam and Eve, let me think. How can I go about this? Okay, it's fine. Let me finish up the poll. I was thinking like adding in the light and seeing what like the overall image might look like, to give myself an idea of what the overall image would look like. But I think I will go ahead and start working on the Adam and Eve first, the tiny Adam and Eves that will be on top of this world, on the sphere, basically. So I'm gonna go ahead and just I want to group everything except the camera into one group. So go to create new group here. Just rather select whatever you want to be in the group. Go into new group. Boom. Call it whatever you want. Done. Control C, Control V. There we go. And there we have it. Now I want to turn that off, and then I'm gonna bring in Adam and Eve. I'm gonna have to make them from scratch using basically the same process that I did with the first guy in the suit. Thankfully they're just gonna be naked, so I don't have to worry about clothes and whatnot. So I want to go back into one viewport. So just go into window, viewport, and single view. There we go. And I'm in perspective view just as I want to be. Let me also turn off the camera for now. Okay, we're gonna bring in, let's start with Eve. Let's start with Adam, then we bring in Eve. I'll do Genesis 8 again. He doesn't really have to have any special features. I don't really need to adjust his body size or whatever, because it's gonna be really small on in the illustration. so I don't need to think too hard about the deals, about the details. Why did I say deals? Whatever. So first things first, let's do Adam. Can I find a pose that can fit him properly? Or that fit this same image properly? That's what I want. So I'm gonna look at him from the side and work with that. Don't I have any messages? Okay, good. You know what? Let's just bring Eve in as well. We'll work on them both at the same time. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. She is in the same spot as Adam, so I'll move one of them forward. I want to move Eve. There we go. I want it to be a bit shorter than Adam. So I'll just go ahead and adjust. You know what? Instead of adjusting her scaling, what I'm gonna do is just change her overall shape. Just do this a little to, differentiate the body types. Men and women have different proportions. Yeah, let's go with that. Chest adjustment. No. What is it? Youth morph. So just make her a little short without ruining the proportions. So something like this should work. Then I want to go back into split view, side by side, so that I can see both the side view and the front and back view. Now, I guess we'll start with Eve over here. Should I give her hair first? No, there's no rush. Let me work on the pose and I'll add in some hair. Alright, let me turn my music back on and just work on that. Alright then, that took a bit more work than I thought it would. But we got there finally. The pose, it's close enough. I can work with this. So, what's next? Right, we need to give them some hair. Sure, there's a bit of work that I still need to do with the poses. But for now, this is good enough. Let me see. I can just fix her hand, just hide it and behind Adam there. There we go. So let's give this guy some hair. I guess we can work with what kind of hairstyle did Adam have, I wonder? Then again, I don't really have a lot of hairstyles on here. Usually I just paint the hairstyles. I paint while I'm painting over in Photoshop, I just painting the hairstyles with a brush or something. There are like a bunch of brushes that I have. I think this is Genesis 2. Alright, so this thing, if it doesn't fit on the character, sometimes it will pop up and ask you which character it's meant for, so it can try and adjust it automatically. So I think it's supposed to be for Genesis 2 male, and the hair is just short hair. Yeah, it's short hair. So hit accept. I think it should work. There we go. And the hair is still selected, which is good. So I can go into shaping and give it some color. I think she mentioned I can go into materials. I think I have the hair's materials. Let me select the hair properly. PH space, that's what it's called. There we go. Let me see if we can find the block. There we go. Then over here, what kind of hairstyle did Eve have, I wonder? Did she have a ponytail? That's not a ponytail. Whatever. You know what? I kind of like this one. Yeah, it will work. I'll paint in some longer hair while I'm working in Photoshop. So let's go with that. That is the wrong one. Let me go with the other one. Still did this. Try this one. I think this one should fit a Genesis 8 female. And it does not. Alright, I think I know why it's doing this. It's because I adjusted her height. So that's why that's happening. It's probably Genesis 3, I think. Yeah. It's pretty short, I guess. Hopefully that works. Oh, wow, I've been recording for 2 hours. Need to go find some food in my bed. Wow, that's really bad. Oh, it's no big deal. I'll sort it out later. I don't really like that one. Don't want that one either. I guess I'm gonna try this one. See, okay, now I want to see if I can adjust the hair such that it doesn't cover her face. Oh, can I have like brown hair? I can, that's cool. So I'm gonna change that into brown, which is what the client's requirements were. So saves me a bit of time when adjusting colors in Photoshop. Well, I don't really know what I'm gonna do in Photoshop. I'll figure it out as I go. So I'll go, I think it's in shaping. How do I adjust it here again? Pretty sure it's shaping. Yeah. If it's not shaping, or is it parameters? Maybe. Is this what I'm looking for really? No, that makes it shorter. What is this? Left. Is it not shaping? That's weird. What the heck? Why can't this? What is this? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Maybe it's posing. Oh no, it's not posing. Okay, fine. It's not posing. Oh, how the fuck do I have? How do I? Mm, you know what? I don't want this hair after all. That's surprising. I'm pretty sure there's a way to like move the hair off to the side, so like I can use so that we can better see her face, or the side of her face. Mm. It's whatever. I removed that. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I think I'll go with Charm here. See if we can fit this in. I think it's Genesis 2 female or Genesis 3. Either one. Go shoulder length here. Accept. Yeah, that was. I can work with this. Select it once more. Then go over into my surfaces. Do I have brown hair? Do I have brown hair? That's not really brown, is it? Blonde is close enough. I can adjust the colors in Photoshop. Okay, now we're done with Adam and Eve. That took quite a while. Oh wow. I think I should have used a simpler order, rather a simpler illustration for this tutorial. But it is what it is. Alright, so for now I wanna like put these guys inside of their own separate group. Just do the same thing. Level 8. There we go. Okay. So I want to go back into a single viewport. Then what I want to do next is fit them into the world that the guy in the suit will be carrying. So bring these guys back. And then make these guys really tiny. I really hope everything moves, rather scales together at the same time. Yes, it does. Okay, there we go. Move them up to there. Let me go back to actually side by side. Then put this on to be my camera, and this one can remain perspective. Another, let's go into top view so I can position them properly. Adam and Eve. Let's go like this. Like this. Spin them around a bit. Oh, it's a very complicated illustration. Should have definitely chosen something simpler, but it's whatever. I'll make more. Damn, they're tiny. Okay, they're really small. You can barely see them. But this is basically what the client wanted. So I won't ask too many questions, as long as I get paid. Alright. How small should I make them in proportion to the world? Can I make the world a bit bigger? It's a bit, something like that should work. Alright, then come over here again. Move them up a bit. Yeah, they're super tiny. I really shouldn't have even bothered like being so particular with the posing of of Adam and Eve, or rather of those two characters. They're really small. They're barely visible down there. But I'll have to Make it so that it's a bit visible when I come into draw. I rather want to go into Photoshop to paint over these models. Alright, so now we can finally work with light. I wanna add in some light. I'm not too sure which direction would work best. I know I want it to be sunlight, obviously. So the lighting will be warm. And what I mean is I'm gonna use direct light. So you usually have like how many choices? You have like 4 choices of what kind of light you want. So we got this one, spotlight, which is like kind of the light that you'll see that'll come from a torch. So it will be in the shape of a cone. Over here, I'm not too sure which one this one is. I almost never use it. And this one is point light from like a single source, say like I don't know, like a matchstick or a bulb, something like that goes around in all directions. And then you have distant light. Distant light is like the light you'd expect to see from the sun, which comes, it just follows just one straight line. So we're gonna go with distant light because I want to simulate sunlight. Accept. Then I'll go over here and just focusing on it. Maybe move it to the side a bit. Like no matter how, even if you like move the light around these axes, it will still be coming from the same direction. The only way you can change the direction is by rotating it. If you rotate it, that's how you change the light. So I'm thinking something like a top down, like to just hit the man's face a bit, not too much, but just a bit. I want to adjust the lighting, so I'll come over here to lights. The light is already selected, the distant light rather is already selected, so I'll go into color. I'll make it warm to simulate sunlight, just like that. And then I'll go ahead and increase the intensity by going to luminous flux and maybe turning that into like, let's say like 80,000. That should work. Then in order to see the results, all you have to do is just come over here. I don't really know what this is called, but just follow along. Just click here. Right now we're in textured shaded, the way everything looks. Now you're gonna go into NVIDIA Iray. That will simulate the light and how it affects the materials of the scene. Yeah, I think that makes sense. There we go. That is how it looks. It's not bad, just not as good as I'd hoped it'd be, but I can still work with this. Okay, if I do something like this, okay, let me try something. Going to my render settings, environment, reduce the environment reflections, the environment map. Okay. Okay. Then I want to adjust this a bit more. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay. So I want to see if I can adjust the how do I call this? The skin tone of these big hands. So I will go into surfaces, materials. Just let's see what we have here. Ooh, I really hope this doesn't crash my computer. That'd be annoying. I haven't saved yet. Oh fuck, what was the last time I saved? Can I still save? Nope, okay. Alright. Oh, thank God. Okay, good. I'm gonna go ahead and save right now. And just in the off chance that my computer crashes while it's trying to simulate the lighting, I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording and save this recording before I lose it all, because that will be incredibly annoying. And I'll be right back.